Okay, hey people, I'm going to show you the coolest tool ever. Really, as a fashion professional, you really can use this for forever for creating palettes. And then, of course, go out and find the fabrics that go with it, but or create your mood boards for this. But I love this color scheme generator so much. So I in the link below, there's a link to this website, to coolers.com. And what we're going to do is we're going to be generating and we're going to be doing a little bit of exploring color palettes. So we're going to start with the generate function. So we can start the generator here or the generate up here. Now, for the purpose of this assignment, I'm not asking you to sign up for this website. I actually do have it, but I'm showing you the unsigned up version, if that makes sense. So you can see what you can do so you don't have to sign up for it. But it is a great tool and a resource for you to be using throughout your design career. So, if you create color palettes, you can save them if you sign up here. This can be a little addictive to, like, I hate to say it, some of the things that I do in my free time is watch too many runway shows on YouTube and look at color palettes and create color palettes. So, all right, so what we're gonna start the generator. So I'm gonna go to the generator, start the generator here, click that button. And then what's going to pop up now? Let me hide some of the stuff we don't need. What's going to pop up is a pretty random color palette, right? You will see the Pantone color numbering system is here. You will see the name of the color here as well. So for everyone, you will see that. And you see, as I am scrolling over each color, some other things pop up. So we can remove this color. We can look at shades. We can save it to our favorites. We can move it in a different direction on this palette if we wanted to. We can always add another color. I'm only asking for 5 colors because that's what the generator does. Okay. So what I'm asking for you to do is to create warm, cool, neutral color palettes, and then also monochromatic, analogous, and complementary color palettes. So just from this screen, if we were to press the space bar to generate a color palette, look what happens. It gives us another color palette and another color palette and another color palette. So it really does the work for you. Okay. So for the warm, cool, and neutral, we're gonna look at some other color palettes in a minute. But for the monochromatic, analogous, and complementary, all you do is you click this button that says more, and then go to generate method, and it takes you to monochromatic or analogous or complementary, right? So we're going to do a monochromatic color palette. What we'll do is we'll click that. And now you see that the word monochromatic has popped up, but this hasn't changed, right? This hasn't changed. So what we do, we again follow the directions, hit the space bar. When I hit the space bar, they're all monochromatic, right? So keep going, keep going. So just go through this until you find a color palette that speaks to you. Okay, so I'm going to keep going for a minute and see till I find something that speaks to me. Oh, here we go. All right. It's crazy because I am a burnt orange, sienna, the dusty rose. I love these. This is a great color palette for me. But for instance, if I love just about everything in this color palette, but there's one that just doesn't speak to me, if we click this button and say shades, it'll give us shades in this color palette, right? So I can go a little darker, right? I could go a little lighter, right? So you have the ability to make all the adjustments that you want to your monochromatic. Now it doesn't look as monochromatic as it did before because of the adjustments that I made, but that's easy enough to change because if I go this way on both of them, those burnt oranges are too close together. If I go this way, it does become more monochromatic. Okay. So same thing. If I go to complementary and then I hit my space bar and then we get complementary, 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 right? And then of course like I said, you can always change the shades, right? Now for warm, cool, neutral, you may want to start from something that's not as random, right? So in order to start from something that's not as random, what you would do is you would go to explore, or you could, it's thinking, bear with me, it's thinking, or you could have gone here back to the home page, and it would have taken you to trending color palettes. Either way, that takes you to the same spot. I just like to give you options. And then you can look at hundreds of trending color palettes. So you can select your warm, cool, neutral from here. So this is a good neutral because it's beiges and browns, but if I open it in the generator, I can make adjustments to this again. So I could take this neutral color palette, and if there's a color in there that I don't love, I can make it lighter or darker. So this almondy has too much gray in it. There's more gray in it than I would like. So I could go lighter. I mean, I feel like that still has too much gray in it for me. I could go darker, right? So this would be a good neutral palette for me of colors that I love. And I'm gonna be honest, this would be a good color palette for me. Let's see what we could do here. What could we do here? Oh, that's where we were already at almond. Let's see. Oh, I picked the same color. Oh, it's too funny. Maybe here. All right. So we can make some adjustments. Oh, let's hide the stuff we don't need. We can make some adjustments here. So that's what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to do these exercises. Now, in order to save, so if you haven't signed up for, if you want to give them your information, in order to save it, you can screenshot. I just use my snipping. Oops, that's something I did earlier. I use my snipping tool. That's part of my computer. So I would snip it, and then save it, and then I can add it to the template that I gave you as part of the assignment later. Okay. So this is what you're going to do. 6 color palettes: warm, cool, neutral, monochromatic, analogous, and complementary, and then use the PowerPoint template and fill out the descriptors that I've asked for as well. All right. See you on the other side. I can't wait to see your palettes.